flickr.com/photos/guideustv, and add us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, shareislam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support dawahpartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV. Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
Get connected with Guide Us TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guideustv1.
Stay tuned. More coming up. We'll be back right after this.
A way of
Alhamdulillah, I pushed the right button. It's like every night. I don't know why. I guess I'm just getting young.
It could be. But at least you had a bit of a break from pressing buttons, so that's good.
Yes, I had a wonderful time doing the button pushing.
So how was your trip?
Oh, it was wonderful. The reception that we had was good, and also the travel was good. I got in super late last night, but it was all wonderful. It was cold, but it was really nice. The people were so warm, it offset it. The stay at the hotel, the Muslim hotel, was absolutely fabulous. I recommend Comfort Inn and Manassas. Comfort Inn, and well, I think it's south of Manassas anyway, but he is so wonderful, and he has good people working for him too. Yeah. Good all the way around. And they surprised me and would have food ready for me. And I said, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, you know. And it was all delicious. Even the stuff that they said, maybe this is hot. And I said, oh, but I tried it and it wasn't. So, alhamdulillah, it was really great. And the big thing that I was there for was to help them fundraise, rise up the funds for the expansion that they were going to do on their masjid. And this was the masjid that I really loved because I started with them, and I really, when they broke the ground and when they added the things that they had to do and to build it up and all of that, and then they wanted to have the first Jummah khutbah there, and I did it. And then they asked me to come back and do the Eid khutbahs. There were, I think, 4 Eid khutbahs. That first khutbah they had after Ramadan. And the lines of traffic were all the way to the freeway, this way, that way. And the politicians were there to, you know, introduce themselves to the new Muslims. And it was really great. And that was in, what was it? about 15 years ago, something like that.
Oh,
15.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had a good relationship with them and still do. And the imam from Darul Hijra in Northern Virginia, he came out and he did the actual fundraising for them. I just did the warm up, you know. So that was really super, super. How was your weekend?
Well, I did go to Campbellton. Mohammed and I left and we drove up to Campbellton. It took basically around 5 hours to drive up, and we spent some time. Well, I spent some time with my sister and brought her gifts that I promised her, and so she was really happy to get those, and spent time with.
How's she doing?
She's doing a lot better. She's still got the tube that's draining, so that's going to be there for a little while. And so once that's removed, things will be a lot better for her. But at least now she's sleeping better and that type of thing. But she was really like, this was a total surprise to her because I didn't tell her I was going up. And so,
oh man. Oh, that can cause some people to have a heart attack, man.
she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, so that's why you didn't call?" Because I normally call her when I, bring the parcel to the bus station and say, "Well, the parcel is going to be sent to you." And I didn't call her, and she's wondering why. And she says, "Oh, so that's why you didn't call." So,
Because you were going to bring it up.
yeah. So yeah, she was really happy, and I met with an old friend that I haven't seen in years. He's also in the nursing home. So, and for a guy of 87 years old, he looks pretty good.
Alhamdulillah. Well, so we got that under control, and tonight's program, what are we going to talk about?
Good question. I mean, there's a lot of things that we could talk about. There were some things that you brought up over before you left. There was several things that you were looking at discussing. Any one of those would be good. In regards to getting a free Quran.
Anybody can order the free Quran. I guess we should talk about the phone number. It is on the screen, right?
I'll tell you in a second. No, it's not on the screen.
Okay. Then I have to tell everybody it is 1-800-971-4383. 1-800-971-4383. And I should have put that up. But anyway, yeah, more button pushing.
True. And I just a reminder for those who are in Canada, this is a toll-free number for you as well. So feel free to call. If you're in Canada, you can call, and everybody in the United States that's watching, and mostly everybody's near their cell phone nowadays anyway. So grab your cell phone and give us a call.
People are watching us on their cell phone. Hello.
This is true. The other thing this weekend, I'm actually getting a new computer. Inshallah.
What did you say?
I said I'm getting a new computer.
You are getting a new computer.
Yes. because I wanted something that I could do video editing with.
Ah,
Yeah, because this is a passion of mine. So I really enjoy doing video editing, and I'm looking at doing making some videos as well. So short film.
about videos, we do have one. Let me see if I can do that. I gotta get the present. Okay. I don't even know how to do this by a video. Maybe it's not gonna work. No, that's a clock breaking. Let's put it on. Okay. Share screen. Ah, you have to click it. Duh. Okay.
Well, the equivalent of pressing a button.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It doesn't work. That won't work. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it will.
Yeah, just try something else. Now you got me curious to what this video is.
Yeah, I maybe we can talk about it after the show. It didn't work. I thought it would work, and I could just pull it out and drag it over, but it didn't work that way. So
Okay.
alhamdulillah.
Oh, in regards to the free Quran, I went to the website, and the one thing that it doesn't recognize is postal codes.
Huh?
Yeah, it didn't recognize my postal code.
Whoa. Yeah, well, that's a problem.
Yeah, because for anybody in Canada, it's a postal code. It's not a zip code.
Oh, you're talking about Canada.
Yeah.
Well, what about do the people in Canada know to just enter the number?
No. See, in Canada, it's postal code. So it's a letter and a number. It's not just a number.
Oh, it won't take it.
Yeah, I won't take it.
Because
it's set up for zip codes only.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, it's just a matter of whoever's working on websites to make a small change in it. It'll be fine. But I don't think anybody's ever brought that to anybody's attention before.
Well, let's see. A free Quran.com. Let's see if I can put that up. All right. Let's see. Where did you go? Oh, okay. Here you are. Yeah. All right. Let's do it this way. Got to move the screen around. Settings. Present. Okay. A video file. All right. Now. Downloads. No. Yeah. That's it. Oh, it won't let me click on it. All right. So it's not going to work. Anyway, that was a good idea. Maybe tomorrow we'll have it ready and be able to use it. Anyway, so let's move on.
Right.
We have to the free Quran, I could put that up there and, slides, extra camera. What is that? Share screen. Ah, here we go.
Good plan.
Yeah, here we go. This is that up there. You're looking at it, guys? So it says read, listen, and learn. But this the biggest thing is a free Quran. So you can get a free Quran right here. You can type in a free Quran or go to allahsquran.com/free. Either way, because you're going to wind up at the same place. A free Quran. It'll take you to Allah's Quran, and you'll be able to see what we're doing. However, if you just want the free Quran delivered to your door, we'll do that. We pay for the postage, we pay for the shipping, we pay for the packaging, we paid for all of the stuff that is involved. So anybody doesn't have to, Muslims should, if they can, donate something and get the rewards, because you get definite rewards, because we don't allow anything to touch anything of your money except for the dawah. You know, a lot of organizations, they collect the money, but then they support their overhead. We don't want to do that. We go out and work for the overhead and then make it so that it's pure. So if you donate with us, you'll be surprised. And one of the things that I want to talk about tonight, maybe I should do that right now. If you would like to get the rewards like we do, and you are really dedicated to this, number one thing is make a dua to Allah and ask Him to accept what we're doing. That's dawah. And include yourself with the us. When we say make everything easy for us, make everything work for us, and guide us, yeah, ask Allah to include you with us, the big us, the people doing the dawah all around the world. Then the second thing you can do is share the information. We have a website called Share Islam. You know about that. So use that and tell people about it, how they can use it. You'll be surprised how non-Muslims most of them will be so happy that you shared that, because everybody wants to know about the people they're talking to, and they care about the people. So yeah, if you share this, you'd be surprised, because it goes to 10 of our websites. And from there, whenever they click on something, that'll take them to the other things of interest to them. So this is a beautiful design. Yeah. And speaking of designs, the next thing that they will do, they will contact you back and say, what about this? What about that? This is the place where you can really come in, because we have questions answered on that same website. The last picture that they see is something that says Islam, questions, answers. So they get their questions answered right there. Anyway, now the third thing is, if you can sponsor something on a monthly basis with your funds, with your money. If you do that monthly, it will add up. And if you said, well, I would do $1,000 if I had it, you can just do $80 a month. And at the end of the year, you'll find out that it equals almost $1,000. If you do it for 2 years, you can do it like $40 a month and still get the same rewards from Allah, because you know that this is not something that we're making money out of. This is something that is really reaching the people. The channel, we have this channel for the last 10 years or 15 years. Yeah. And the websites, we've had those for 25 years. Yeah. So this is something that you could get rewards for and not have to do all of the work for, because we already did that. And you can join us now in supporting our efforts. And by the way, it's the end of the year, not the end of the year, the end of the year. So if you would like to do something right now, you can take it off your income tax, because talk to your accountant about that, because they can work it out. And if you're doing your taxes yourself, good luck with that. And be sure that you check the box that says, if there's a box in it now, I don't know, talking about the donations you make, because they are tax deductible to us. If you donate to us, we are tax deductible according to the IRS. Okay? So that out of the way, I told you about it. Now you can do whatever you think is appropriate, but surely, if you just do something every month. However, on this particular month, if you donate whatever you missed out of the year, that you can take that off your income tax as well. Anyway, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. We're going to go back to our show.
Yes, this is very important to do. I'm going to say this not because of bragging or anything, but because it's so easy. I'm donating a certain amount every month. And when I do it, I don't, like once it's done, I don't think about that amount. I think as my money being a little bit less than what I started out with, but I base it on the amount less. So when I'm doing my budget, that's not there because it's going to be taken up. So I don't bother with that. And to me, it works well for me. So the idea is the importance of making dua for all of us, not just for Guide Us TV, but include yourself in all the dawah partners that's making dua. So everyone gets blessed. And, we're asking, for the work and everything else to carry on. So anyway, with that, inshallah, may Allah bless everyone that is going to become dawah partners, and may Allah bless all the dawah partners that are there. Ameen.
Ameen.
So we're looking at free Quran, and I talked to some of my friends in Fredericton about this, and because I'm not looking at getting Quran, I'm thinking boxes, because there's the Fredericton area, the St. John area, and the Moncton area. And I know if I give them to particular masjids that these will go out. And that's the important thing, because I don't want them to sit on some bookshelf somewhere and collecting dust. To me, that's not what they're meant for. They're not meant for dust collectors.
Yeah, the idea of our free Quran is to put it in the hands of people that, well, it's not a Quran because it is the translation of the Quran that somebody tried to do, and I think she did a very good job of it. But it does have questions in it that are brought up. And if you talk to an imam who knows the Arabic language or studied it, and they have the best answers, because the Quran is contextual. That's the first thing you need to know. Well, you need to know the Arabic language. But if you don't know that, read the Quran in your language, but keep in mind it is contextual, because sometimes it starts with a wow, and it means and. And a lot of times the translators leave it off because they say, well, why would I say and in my language? Because they're considering that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just throwing that in there. But there is nothing in the Quran that is wasted. Never, never. If it is there, if a dot is there, it's to be followed. And you know what the dot means, and you know what the slash means or whatever, and you follow that, because this is the Quran and it is in another language. So if you have a question, call us and we'll see that you get an answer. If we don't know, we'll ask somebody that does, and then get you the answers that you need to be a better Muslim or to be a Muslim. Inshallah, some of the folks that are watching right now are not even a Muslim. And if they would like to do this, I'll put it back up. Okay, so you can see it. It is a free website, a free Quran, or you can just go to free Quran, freequran.com. We own both of them, but a free Quran, because we don't send out multiples. We don't send out multiples to any address, but we do work together with so many places over the United States and Canada to deliver the Qurans that we have, the translations of the Qurans that we have, and we can send them into any state that you want, and maybe all of the places in Canada. I don't know all of the places yet, but we're working on it. So.
Yeah. So that would be provinces and territories. We're gone.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let's talk about the content of the Quran. Well, we got to take a break right now. We got to take a break. It's the 30-minute time. So let's take a break. I got to push some buttons over here.
Okay.
And everybody stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share Islam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support DawahPartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Get connected with Guide Us TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guideustv1. Join us on Google+, plus.google.com/+guideustv. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guideustv1. Find us on Flickr, flickr.com/photos/guideustv. And add us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/guideustv. Get guided with Guide Us TV.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alladhi jalna muslimin. All the praise is to God Almighty. And we thank Him and praise Him for making us as servants to Him. And that's what the word Islam means. It means submission, surrender, obedience, sincerity, and peace. So if you are the one who would like to be in peace with Almighty God, follow the steps. Follow the steps as Allah presents them to you, and you'll be surprised. Don't follow me. Don't follow him. Because we're not the people that you follow. You follow yourself, but check it out. Ask Allah, Almighty God, to guide you. And that's it. That's really it for everything.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that nobody follows me unless we're out hiking and I know the trail really well. But other than that, no, it's better to follow the Creator and He keeps you on the right path.
I was talking about earlier some of the things that the people encounter, and I turned this randomly and looked at it and I said, it says, and I'll read it to you. O you who believe, take not those who have, I don't have my strong glasses on, taken your religion as in ridicule. And basically, it's translating the word. In the Quran, you'll find that it will say, the translation says, take not for your friends the people of the book. And that's not right. That is not right. It's supposed to be translated as don't take anyone who is not a Muslim for the person over you, for a person who is a wali, the person that is over you. Because if you do that, you're going to find out this is a wrong thing. For instance, a Muslim lady is not supposed to marry a non-Muslim husband. Why? Because number one, he is going to be the ruler of the house. And he is going to have the influence over the children and you, because that is the way it works. Eventually, you have children, and then they are raised as half Muslim, half something else, and that doesn't work. Because when they get older, they might choose to go the wrong way or no way at all. And that leads the same thing that. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. We are live on the TV. We're broadcasting live on TV. Anyway, okay. Someone trying to reach us from another country. Yeah. But it didn't go through. Anyway, so some of the things in the Quran are translated roughly, real rough. And this is not. Talk to the people because I got to go hand off the phone to somebody.
Yeah, I'll do that. So when you're looking at the Quran, and I had a conversation with my friend Alan, and because he was wondering why the Arabic language, and he wanted to know a little bit more about the Arabic language. And I said, when you're looking at Arabic, when you're looking at different countries, there's different dialects of Arabic. But when you look at how the Quran is written, it is written in a classic form. And I actually know people that speak, when they normally speak Arabic, this is how they speak Arabic, is in that classic form. And so they speak the proper Arabic. And how I related this to my friend, because we live in Canada and there's also French-speaking people, when you look at the Parisian French, that's the French from France and say Northern Africa and places like that, this is the more proper French compared to the French that's in Quebec or New Brunswick. So when you're looking at the Quran, there's the proper Arabic that's understood by every country, and then there's the dialect that's spoken in their country. That's only a lot of times I've seen that people from Morocco talking to people from Syria and not really understanding each other. So you begin to wonder about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I talked to him about this, so he has a better understanding of the Quran. And I said the reason why, when you look at it, why the Quran and why wasn't it English? I said, you take the English language, it's like a mug of water, compared to the Quran, which is an ocean. And I said, when you look at the richness of the words in the Quran, this is what it is. So I'll let you carry on now that you passed off the phone.
Well, yeah. Let's see if I can put it back up. Button pushing. Anyway, it seems like that I should learn all of these button pushings, so that I would be able to do it real quick. Anyway.
It's either that or get somebody to do it. I don't know which would be easier.
Well, as long as I get it done.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. I don't think we've missed any programs for me button pushing the wrong buttons. Well, I've cut a couple of them short. Anyway, alhamdulillah. So the idea of the Quran translations is just like any translation of any book. You can't depend on it to be exact because it is not exact. It's going to be a little bit off or way off or something in the middle. There is no possibility of translating something and getting it right the size of a book with 6,000 something verses in it, 6,600 something. If you see a book that is perfect, like the Quran, you just disprove the Quran, because it says in the Quran, if you're in doubt about it, bring a book like it, and you can. So, yeah, that's the bottom line. And actually, it says in the Quran, bring a chapter like it. The smallest chapter is only 3 verses. Yeah. And then it says, bring 10 chapters like it, or bring in 1 chapter like it. And that means 3 verses like it, because the smallest chapter is 3 verses. And nobody was able to do that at the time from the Arabs, and they were experts at that. They were really, there were some of them that were the experts of the language, and they knew that this was not from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because they knew it was too perfect. And they said, yeah, well, it's magic. That is the only thing they could say, because magic, well, you know, magic was to them a cursed thing, not somebody pulling a rabbit out of a hat, but magic as in black magic. Yeah. Have you had any experience with people trying to understand the Quran and run into those problems?
Not in person, no, but I've seen online that, you know, you have people that would say that, oh, well, it wasn't an angel, it was actually a demon that spoke to the prophet, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, when you read, clearly they didn't read the Quran or understand it even in English, because if they did, and what's being said, this would only come. And if you're looking at it, you know, with an open heart, you automatically think this comes from Allah. There's no other place that this could possibly come from. So, you know, I don't know, but then again, you got to understand what the enemy is doing. And the enemy doesn't want people to know the truth, because that would change this person. And if that changes that person, well, that's one less person that's going to be going to hellfire.
Well, I have seen people take the words, one word out of the Quran, and they say that that word is the reason that they don't want to be a Muslim. And it's an English word. Come on. The English language is the newest language on the planet that's been, you know, all over the world. it is the newest because it is not even 1,000 years old yet. Arabic and the Hebrew and the Aramaic languages are before the time of writing down languages. So, yeah, how can you compare that, the first languages to the last languages? That's definitely going to be different. And by the way, you say something in Arabic, you can always say it something that is more potent in less words. If you say it in Arabic, and if you know Arabic, you can say it in less words and be more potent in what you're saying than the English language. Almost all of the languages, and I don't know all of the languages, so I can't speak on that behalf. So, yeah, let's leave it at that. The English language and the Arabic languages are so far apart, way apart. And I think that if somebody would sit down and realize the Quran, even in the translation, they would say, this got a ring to it. This is something different. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is true. Because when you're looking at the Quran and you're even the opening, and when you're reading this and it says a lot, and still that first surah, there's been volumes written on this first surah alone, because there's so much there that you know yourself when it comes to Al-Fatiha. And then you look at the other surahs.
Let's take a look at it. Let's do that right now. There you go. This is Surah Al-Fatiha. And this is the first surah or chapter of the Quran. It only has 7 verses. 7 verses. But look at it. Just take a look at this. And this is our website. And it says, the name of Allah, in the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. But look at it, the Arabic up here. There's 3 letters, 4 letters, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters. All together, that would be, in Arabic, 3 and 4 is 7, and then 6. That would be 13, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19 letters. Look at how many of the English letters you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, well, we already passed it. And we're not even halfway through the ayah yet. So now
and still, when you're looking at the Arabic, there's a greater meaning.
Oh,
that
yeah.
First, than what's written in English. Because if you really translated it to have a better understanding of what was said, that would be almost 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs. And I'm being generous and saying it's less. just with that opening line, you know, those 4 words, there would be at least 4 paragraphs just for that opening line alone in English. So when you really understand the Arabic, it opens a whole different aspect of the Quran than just reading the translation.
Let's show them another example in the last verse of the Quran. Let me push some buttons and get rid of us. How do we do that? Ah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, they don't need to see us.
Well, they don't need to see us for this because then, and I'm going to highlight it if I can. There you go.
المغضوب.
غير المغضوب. This is requiring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in English, and that is 1 word in Arabic. غير المغضوب. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're not even halfway through the meaning, but it has a bigger meaning even than that, because when Allah is talking about his ghadab, that is the focus of that word, ghayrul maghdubi. He's saying he has ghadab. And they try to translate that as evoking anger. Let me switch back over to that so you can see that. Yeah. So look over here and you will see at the very bottom of it, I'll try to highlight it. Okay. Yeah. Evoking your anger. The word doesn't mean angry. It is much more emphatic than that. That is the wrath of God. And then it still is not covering it. It means somebody is going to be doing something about their anger. For instance, throwing the people into the hellfire. Yeah, that is upset. Yeah, divinely upset. So God is going to do that. God is going to do exactly that. So don't mess around with this. Please ask God in your heart and in your mind to guide you to what you don't necessarily want, but what you need. Sometimes we want stuff that we don't need, and sometimes the thing that we want is going to destroy us. So, yes, ask God for what you need, and He knows all of our needs, whether it be money or food or shelter or a companion. He knows. So ask Him. Don't ask yourself or don't ask other people. Sometimes asking yourself, you'll find the answer is in line with Allah. But oftentimes, and not just a few times, but oftentimes, people trying to give you good advice will steer you in the wrong direction. Yeah. So this is really, let's listen to this whole surah.
Bismi
Bismi
Allahi
Allahi
Ar-Rahmani
Ar-Rahmani.
Ar-Rahim.
Okay, now let's listen to the whole typical chapter or surah of the Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the world.
الرحمن الرحيم.
The entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
مالك يوم الدين.
Sovereign of the day of recompense.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
It is you we worship and you we ask for help.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Guide us to the straight path.
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
The path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have evoked your anger or of those who are astray.
So this is the first and maybe the best verse of the verses of the Quran, and that's a good way to wrap up our program. What do you think about that?
I think so, because we're getting close to that time. But I will add, there are people that will, Muslim brothers that will ask me for advice. And the first thing I suggest to them is seek the guidance of Allah.
Yeah. The guidance of Allah is the best thing. We say guide us, and we turn it into a radio. Now it's the full-blown television station, but it has always been available for people that would like to know more about Islam. And so that's why you can put your hands with ours. Remember, it is the last part of the year, and you can get a big discount from your, it's free. You just give to our nonprofit organization, and you will be surprised that you will really receive a lot more from Allah than you will from the IRS. So, Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh, and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
Get connected with Guide Us TV.